What if I told you that one of the keys to saving a species might be hiding in plain sight, inside one of the world's oldest traditions? Well, today, we're diving into a company called WaterfowlAI, and they believe the future of conservation can be found in the data from, of all things, a duck hunt.
So yeah, that brings us to this one. Kind of wild question. Can a duck hunt actually help save a species? I know, it sounds a little backward, right? But that's the core idea we're going to unpack right now. So to understand this, our story starts on the private hunting lands of Missouri. Now, don't just picture hunting grounds. Think of these places as massive, critical rest stops on a highway for migratory birds. They're economic engines for local communities, and at the same time, they're essential ecological sanctuaries. But for years, there's been a big problem lurking just under the surface. On the one hand, everyone wants the same thing, right? Landowners want a good return on their investment, and conservation folks want healthy, thriving habitats. Should be simple. But the reality? Well, it's been a total mess of old-school paper logs, scattered data, and big decisions being made based on gut feelings instead of, actual facts. A huge disconnect. So, to try and fix that gap between what everyone wants and what's really happening, a new idea started to take shape. And that's where we get what you could call the digital duck blind, a tech solution for a really, really old problem. And this, right here, is their mission statement, their whole reason for being. We turn every hunt into structured intelligence. It's not just about writing down what happened. It's about taking that activity and transforming it into a powerful, usable stream of data. So how on earth do they do that? Okay, so the foundation of the whole thing is a platform they call Blind Book Tap. And this is not just another app you download from the App Store. No. It's designed to be the complete operating system for an entire hunting property. It manages the club's day-to-day, it logs all the hunt data, and, this part is absolutely crucial, it works completely offline, which is a must when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
But okay, how does a simple log of someone's day out in the field turn into what they call valuable intelligence? Let's actually walk through how it works.
It's really a three-step process. First, hunters use that Blind Book app to log everything about their hunt. Then, step 2, there's a tool called Wing ID, and this is where it gets cool. It uses AI to identify the bird species, its age, even its sex, all from a single photo. And then the future plan, step 3, is something called TerraWing, which will connect all that harvest data with satellite imagery of the land itself. And this is where you can really see just how big of a deal this could be. For over 100 years, a century, the official way to survey bird populations involved hunters literally mailing bird wings to the government. I'm not making that up. Wing ID wants to replace that entire slow, analog, frankly weird process with a simple snapshot from a phone. It's a massive leap. All right, so this all sounds great in a presentation, but is it just an idea? Is anybody actually using this stuff? Let's take a look at the early numbers and see how it's stacking up. In just one season, the platform pulled in nearly 9,000 verified harvest records. And let's be really clear here, this isn't just a bunch of random entries. This is the very beginning of a brand new, super high-resolution dataset that simply did not exist before. And it's not just the total number. Get this, the average active user logged 110 harvests. That's not just casual use. That points to some seriously deep engagement. It tells you that the people using this tool are finding it genuinely useful in their day-to-day.
And this isn't just a Missouri thing anymore, not by a long shot. The idea is spreading. There's a fully committed pilot project happening in California with universities, and look at this, there's even a pilot being developed with a massive conservation group over in the UK. This idea clearly has legs.
So where does it fit in with everything else out there? Well, it's designed to beat the old ways on every single front. It gives you the deep analytics that paper logs could never dream of. It has the club-specific focus that those generic hunting apps are missing, and it delivers the real-time data that those slow, expensive government surveys just can't match. It's basically trying to create a whole new category for itself.
Okay, so let's pull the camera back for a minute. What does all of this really mean? Because this is about so much more than just a slick app for hunters. This could be a sign of a whole new playbook for how we manage our wildlife.
And this right here is the secret sauce. This model works because it finally lines up the financial goals of landowners with the bigger goals of conservation. When you give a club owner a tool that helps their business, that helps their bottom line, you're also creating a vital stream of data for the entire ecosystem. It's that magic spot where profit and preservation actually meet.
And the argument here is that the timing for this is absolutely perfect. You've got government agencies that are desperate to modernize their data collection. You've got landowners who are always looking for better tools. You've got AI that's finally powerful enough to actually work out in the field. And you've got a real data set that's already being built. It's a perfect storm of opportunity. So when you boil it all down, this isn't really about counting ducks. It's about building an entirely new way of seeing our world. A high-resolution, almost real-time view of our shared environment, created by the very people who are the most invested in it.
Which leaves us with one last big question to chew on. If this model works for duck hunting, what else could it work for? What other human passions out there, from bird watching to fishing to hiking, are just sitting on a goldmine of data? Data that could help us understand, and maybe even save, another piece of our world.